What were your first impressions when you got there? I mean, you've been brought up in the UK and in Australia, I'm told. Do correct me if I'm wrong. What were your first impressions when you got to a hospital in the middle of a war zone? Let's say on this latest visit, what struck you first?
Do you know, we didn't even have a ventilator in the emergency department. There was essentially no analgesia as well, which is painkillers. And these are very basic necessities. There wasn't even a thermometer as well in the department. So, you know, children were coming in with skin infections because of living out in tents and the lack of hygiene equipment and the lack of hygiene products. And we couldn't even measure whether they had a temperature or not. We couldn't check people's sugar levels because we didn't have glucose sticks. When people would come in and they would have heart attacks or they would have explosive injuries, we couldn't even put them in a medically induced coma with a ventilator. You know, we were asking families to bag and mask their relatives to blow air into their lungs via a balloon because we just didn't have ventilators. We had only a limited number of oxygen cylinders, and those oxygen cylinders would run out. And, you know, when the Baptist hospital was bombed a couple of days after I left, when they tried to get out one of those patients that was in a medically induced coma, the oxygen cylinder ran out as they evacuated him, and that child, who was a child, died on the streets of Gaza.